A Marquette family is collecting medical supplies for hospitals and families in need in Ukraine. Local 3's Brianna McLean sat down with the organizer of this effort, who tells her story of how her own family has connections to Ukraine.
In 2018, the Ampey family adopted 2 little boys with Down syndrome from Ukraine. 5-year-old Casimir and 4-year-old Henrik now live in Marquette with their adoptive family. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has displaced many Ukrainians and their access to basic resources, including Casimir and Henrik's biological families.
We feel very blessed to have them, and we just are connected to at least Henrik's family very closely and are trying to show support to the people that gave us our sons, in a sense, their biological families that wanted to keep them but were unable to because of resources, and that wasn't a problem that we could solve. We couldn't invent pediatric occupational therapists or a social system that would integrate them into schools and things of that nature, but we can address this need and we can help them during this time.
The Ampeys took action and began collecting items for Henrik's biological family in Ukraine.
So we had to navigate this really difficult relationship of absolute tragedy and mourning, but looking for restoration. And so now to navigate another tragedy where she and her husband are caught in a war, and there's simply civilians trying to stay alive. And she doesn't talk about grandiose plans. They just want to plant their garden this, next week, and they want to be able to go to work and not be worried they'll be killed. And she wants her husband home. Of course, even in his mid-40s, he's been drafted, and he's, has no military experience, no equipment, but he's serving. And those are dreams that we share with them and that we want to support.
And now the Ampeys need your help to donate medical supplies. Tiffany's husband, Joe, will be flying to Poland in the coming weeks to connect with 2 other adoptive dads that are bringing aid across the border into Ukraine.
A very small amount is going to Henrik's family. We already covered for that. We paid for the plane tickets. What we're asking for help on is filling these other bags, 8 of them, was the first goal, to have the 10 bags full that we can take on our humanitarian flight. And all of those are going to one particular hospital where we have a connection with an ER physician.
One of the people who is helping to make all of this possible is Tiffany's friend, Jenny.
Like a lot of people, I think I've been watching what's happening in Ukraine unfold, and I've felt powerless or not confident that anything I might do would actually get to the people who need help in time. And so to be even a small part of this just feels tremendous to finally do something for aid to go to people whose names and faces I can actually know.
St. John and St. Joseph parishes in Ishpeming are also stepping in to support these efforts.
So every year in Lent, we do a Lenten almsgiving campaign in our parishes in Ishpeming. And of course, the invasion into Ukraine began right before Lent, so we kind of added this as another option where people could donate to. And we didn't know exactly what we were going to do with the money. Lent has another couple weeks to go here before Easter. And then this seemed like the perfect opportunity to support something local and the efforts of local people to bring these needed supplies into Ukraine. So we are going to be giving the money that we collect for the almsgiving campaign that's earmarked for Ukraine assistance to the Ampeys in this effort to bring these supplies.
How you can donate can be seen here on your screen. Whether it's through Amazon, PayPal, or Venmo, all supplies and funds will be going straight to Ukrainian aid efforts. Joe Ampey will be making a second trip to Ukraine in the beginning of May to deliver more supplies. More information can be found on our website, upmatters.com. For Local 3 News, I'm Brianna McLean.